He asked the question, clearly costing him. You will be offered a position as chairman emeritus. No operational authority, but you will maintain an office and can advise on client relationships during the transition. His jaw tightened. A figurehead role. A respected advisory position, I countered, with full benefits and a generous compensation package. He stood abruptly, walking to the window that overlooked the immaculately maintained garden. For a long moment he said nothing, his back to me, as he stared out at the property that generations of Adam's success had built. How did you do it? He finally asked, his voice quieter now. Build something that valuable when you had nothing. No connections, no startup capital. I had my education, I reminded him. The one thing you could not take from me, and I had tremendous motivation to prove you wrong. He turned back to face me. I expected you to fail. I know. Everyone does, you know, fail, I mean. 90% of startups never make it past the first 3 years, I thought. He hesitated, seeming to struggle with the words. I thought I was protecting you from inevitable disappointment. By ensuring I never got the chance to try, I raised an eyebrow. That is not protection, Dad. That is control. He flinched slightly at the accusation. Perhaps I built this company from what my father started, expanded it 10 times over. I thought I knew best. But you did not, I said simply. You were wrong about me. Wrong about the direction of the industry. Wrong about Garrett being the natural successor. At the mention of my brother, Dad's expression darkened. Garrett may have his flaws, but he has been loyal to this company. Garrett has been embezzling from the company for at least 3 years. I informed him bluntly. I have all the documentation. That is part of why I moved on, before he could do more damage. Dad sank back into his chair. The shock of this new revelation, apparently too much to process while standing. That cannot be true. $300,000 siphoned through fake vendor accounts. The evidence is irrefutable. Why would he need to steal? He makes a generous salary, has a trust fund. Gambling debts, I said? Sports betting mostly, from what I can tell. Dad buried his face in his hands briefly before looking back up, suddenly appearing every one of his 68 years. So both my son and my company were failing, and I was too blind to see either. The naked vulnerability in his admission caught me off guard. I had expected more anger, more accusations, not this broken acceptance. Not blind, I said, softening my tone slightly. Just looking in the wrong direction. A long silence stretched between us, filled with decades of misunderstanding and missed opportunities. When he finally spoke again, his voice had changed the arrogance, replaced with something approaching genuine curiosity. How did you do it? He asked. Really? No connections, no investors who knew the Adams name. How did you build something so successful? I considered deflecting, but there was something in his question that seemed sincere for the first time in our relationship. I started small, I explained. Freelance development work to build capital. Then I created a proprietary integration platform that solved a problem every enterprise company has, connecting legacy systems with modern cloud architecture. It was actually based on the proposal you dismissed when I was 22. A flicker of recognition crossed his face. The one with the middleware solution. I nodded, surprised he remembered even that much. Yes, I refined it, made it more adaptable, used it to attract our first major clients. Reinvested every profit. Lived in a studio apartment eating ramen for 3 years to keep overhead low. Built a team of brilliant people who believed in the vision, without the Adams name to open doors, he mused. Because of that, in some ways, I corrected. Being underestimated is a powerful position, if you know how to use it. No one saw me coming. He almost smiled at that. Clearly not.